He's not going to sacrifice chest posture here by getting those arms back into extension, right? He's able to maintain and preserve this position right here. All right, so another banger of a video here from our friends over at the Volleyball Institute, and my man here with some incredible intuitive positions and behaviors already, quite young. But I want to go over what I really like about this clip and why volleyball players can learn a lot from this jump right here. Number one is going to be, look at how my guy presets that hip height, right? We're lowered, you can see that, the knee is bent. And more importantly, where that contact point of the start of that penultimate is in relationship to that hip, right? We are underneath the hip, so we have a very mechanically advantageous pushing lever here, right? We're able to drive through the ball of that foot and create aggressive, intentful behaviors, right? Here is our push. We have really nice maintenance of that chest posture, center of mass in relationship to the hips, right? So we have a nice upright posture here. And then we've sent these arms back into extension. Also looks like a little bit of hypermobility through that elbow, which will help if this is a much more naturally mobile athlete. He's not going to sacrifice chest posture here by getting those arms back into extension, right? He's able to maintain and preserve this position right here. We have the application of our plant, and you'll see as we transition through that these hips maintain a really nice, steady height through the transition in this plant sequence and the application of that block. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about avoiding additional lowering on the application of this plant foot so that we are able to efficiently transition all of this beautiful horizontal momentum right through this plant foot, but also preserve the athlete's ability to produce force through this plant foot. And he does that by staying back, right? His posture is still hanging back. We're moving in this direction, but the weight is over that back foot, that plant foot. We know that it requires some time under tension in order to amortize appropriate force and to be able to apply that concentric effort that we're looking for, right? If we spend a little bit less time on this foot, the athlete leans forward, blows by this leg, we lose a lot of that potential when it comes to pushing into the ground and creating that nice vertical transition. So he hangs back. He then applies this sharp block. And what we see here is an athlete that achieves a stacked position very quickly and early in that plant sequence in combination with a sharp break to create really stable, efficient postures through this jump. Not to mention, we're striking down with the arms and down with the block, right? This striking behavior here is what we're aiming for in order to create a nice reactive complementary impulse from that ground so that we're able to benefit from all structures aligning and just the natural momentum of the body through time and space. So I really, really love this. The only area, and you can see, look at how much momentum he carries horizontally without sacrificing that upper body posture, right? We don't need to dive. We don't need to dive through this stride in order to create horizontal momentum. We can do so simply by transitioning speed efficiently, creating a nice sharp block. Now how high he has a lot more options in terms of attacking. He also, subsequently from getting in that posture early, staying upright, that peripheral vision right here, right? His eyes then can see his setter, he's sighting the ball, and he's exploring that court on the other side for open areas to swing into. So really, really love this. The only area I would clean up is what's happening right here. That head and neck posture. We're very overextended through that cervical spine, and all that's going to do is going to dampen a lot of the output at these shoulders because we're compressing those nerve roots between C4 and C5. So I'd love to see a much more neutral head position, which simply means getting the head a little straighter. A little bit of extension is fine, but then use those eyes of yours. Use those wonderful eyes of yours to look versus having to stare up to look. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful jump. I really appreciate the Volleyball Institute for posting such high quality side angle jumps. I'd love to see a few more in real time, so without the slow-mo involved. so that we can take a look at a little bit more at the behaviors behind the jump.